My name's Cassandra Dean, and I would like to explain my lesson plan to you, my fellow students. This is a gym that I would love to be able to provide this lesson plan in. If not, I would use a playground, maybe outside behind the school. The grade that I chose to do my lesson plan on was kindergarten, and we went over standards 1 and 2. Standard 1, I used 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.5, 1.6, and 1.16 and 1.17, and standard 2, 2.5. And my objective for this lesson was that each student will complete locomotor and non-locomotor movements, rhythmic and balancing body parts according to direction without error. And my equipment would be my trusted whistle, and I received the spelling words for the students for their spelling test that they would be having on the next day. So I'm going to incorporate spelling with my fitness lesson. So what my students will do when they enter the gym, so when my students enter the gym, they will not need any technology, nor will I. Again, I will use my whistle for directions. For them to start, stop, change directions, go fast, slow, to the right or to the left. And I will address all the different multiple intelligences, and I will make sure that I include an inclusive, diverse environments, and students will use their other body parts if they're not able to perform certain movements during the assessment and the practice of locomotor and non-locomotor balancing and rhythmic movements. And we will modify movements. I will have a teacher assistant that will assist me with students who may not speak English. Students will be able to visually see what we're doing, because I and my teacher assistant, we will provide demonstration for them. And we will use various speeds and modify rules accordingly to help those students who may have physical limitations. And activating my background knowledge, I will have 35 students that I will place in a circle in the gym. We will use the whole gym if we need to, because 35 students are a lot. But I will be at the head of the class. My teacher assistant will be bouncing around, helping students as needed. The students will have their arms stretched out so they can be arm lengths apart, left and right. And I will go over prior movements that we have studied over the weeks, and that's what my students will be assessed over. They will perform warm-up exercises. We will then get into the lesson. They will do a cool down, and my lesson will be doing different movements, and they will spell out their spelling words. I received the spelling words from their teacher. They will have a spelling test tomorrow. So in addition to getting physical movement, they will study how to spell their spelling words for their test. And what I will be doing to assess my students is observing that they're following directions, that they're using the proper form to do the exercises. I will be listening for the spelling words, but I will not be grading them on the spelling words, because this is going to be a physical education assessment, not a spelling test assessment. I am just including that to help them practice to get ready for their spelling test. So what my lesson plan actually will entail for my students. The students will be introduced to fitness and spelling words. That's what my activity is going to be called. And again, I receive their spelling list from their teacher. What I will do is spell out a word. For example, their spelling word would be tree. Then I will do high marches. I'll say tree and do high knee march. I would march in place and I will go TREE, tree, and then I will stop. And again, I will use spelling words that I've been provided. We will perform different movements and we will spell the word. So another example would be the word bat. I, the teacher, at the head of the class of my students who are in a circle, who can all see me and I can see them, I would say bat. And then I would do arm circles forward. B-A-T, bat. And then I would go back to the starting position. And so what I would do throughout the lesson, I will have an assessment that will have each student's name in alphabetical order. It will have a smiley face. It will have a face with a half smile and emoji. And then it will have a face with a straight line. Then it'll have a sad face. The smiling face which says, yes, I get it and I can teach others. The other face with a half smile will say, yes, I can get it and I can teach myself. The face with a straight line, the emoji, will say, yes, I get it, but I may need a little help. And the face or emoji with the sad face says, I don't get it, help me please. But I will try to get it, but I need some help. So again, another example, say their word is go. I would say go. And then I would do toe touches, G-O, and I would come back to the starting position and say go. So again, I'm incorporating fitness movements and their spelling words to help them practice because they're having a spelling test. And I would use my rubric to grade them as I'm giving them their spelling word, as they're doing the movements that I've demonstrated and doing them in the proper form and without error. And we will have 10 different exercises and they will have 10 different spelling words. Once we complete that activity, we will then have a cool down. Everyone will sit in a circle where they are. We will perform stretches. We will reach our hands to the sky to stretch. We will bend down and stretch our backs. We will go from left to right, just turn our torso. And as we're stretching and closing out the class, we will talk about what they've learned. And I will share also with them that we will continue to work on our non-locomotor movements and locomotor movements and balancing on 1 foot or 2 foot or one arm or both arms and clapping in rhythm. We will do those different activities throughout the lesson plan, and again, the children will be assessed accordingly. And I will prepare them again for the next lesson, which we will continue to do those activities. And the students will be able to practice the different activities and movements that we've learned in the class, and they will also be able to practice their spelling words, and maybe the movements that we've done, maybe that will help to bring recall when they're taking their spelling test. So that is how I will present my lesson, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you, and Cassandra Dean signing out.